ones that got away in this game?
Yeah, probably a lot. But we got 4 days to get ready for this next game. But yeah, in my eyes, there's a couple opportunities obviously out there that I missed in terms of the deep ball and whatnot. So, but found a way to win. So.
Anything specific you can point to for why you missed those?
Nah, it's just I just overthrew him. On the one to BA, the one Deebo, and then JJ on that third down. Yeah, it's just those are on me. I gotta be better. I gotta hit them in stride and not overthrow them. Simple as that.
I guess the obvious question is it matter? You're still trying to figure out the strength of your arm?
No, I don't think so. We've hit those deep balls and whatnot at practice and everything. It's just comes down when the bullets are flying, being able to make an accurate throw and not overthrow them, don't underthrow them, but just be on point. And so that's what you got to do as an NFL quarterback, and I take that on myself.
I'm sure it's always a point of emphasis to take care of the ball, but in a game like that, it's a division, gritty type of game, does it take on added importance to make sure that you're not putting the ball in harm's way?
Yeah, exactly that. It's a divisional game. There's a lot on the line for both teams. Like, you want to win. It can be a 4-quarter game, and really, obviously today it came down to, not turning the ball over. And so we knew that going into it. And for myself, it's like, man, I got to make plays for my team, but at the same time, protect the ball more than anything, let our defense play. And, at the end, see what happens where we got to be in the fourth quarter. But that was the name of the game today. So
At the end of the first half, when you guys had, some pass plays and you had to get rid of the ball to leave time on the clock, how much of that, just managing that situation, have you done in the past, and how do you feel about how you engineered it so there was 1 second left for the state?
Yeah, I think when I first got here is the first time I got exposed to that in terms of like how Kyle thinks about 2-minute drives. Obviously, you want to go down and score and get points on the board, but there's times where you don't need to do it as fast, and so that you don't get the other team the ball back to go do something as well. So. Obviously, we want to get first downs, move the chains, but sort of get the clock rolling, and then have an opportunity to score at the end. And so I feel like Kyle did a great job calling some plays early on in that drive, and then it timed out great to score with no points or no seconds left. So it was good.
Christian was just in here talking about the intent of the offensive line. You had a couple plays where you're going through multiple where he's able to go down the field, and it's probably because you had time. What's the biggest difference you notice in guys like Aaron Banks and Spencer Burford from this year, from last year to this year?
Yeah, they've done a great job, all offseason, growing, watching film from last year where they could have gotten better. And at the end of the day, man, their mindset is where it needs to be, like they're dogs. They come to practice every single day, ready to work, ready to grind days out. And then, we get into a game like this where it takes 4 quarters against, guys like, Aaron Donald, and they got some good guys on the edge to be able to, know and hone in every single play what they're doing. And so, credit to those guys, man. They've gotten a lot better. I'm excited to roll with them, the rest of the year. And, they gave me a great time. There's multiple plays where I was able to go through reads and progressions and hit the number 3 guy and stuff like that. So I thought they did a great job in pass pro.
Could you sense the momentum going into halftime after scoring?
Yeah, 100%. They go down, score, and then it's like, all right, we got, 2 minutes or so left. Obviously, we want to score to get some momentum, but once we did and capitalized on it, it was like, okay, defense, go out and the first drive, the second half, get a stop, offense, let's roll. So everyone felt good about it. But, man, it's a team game. Defense gets a stop, offense goes and score. Like, that's what it's about. So, going into the second half, that was huge for us to be able to score. So
Maybe you already had it down, but Jimmy was always really good with sneaks. Did you pick up any tips from him last year on that front that you think made you better at that?
I mean, we always, try to figure it out, like, what does Jimmy do so good with the QB sneak? Like, it's a question around, the team. And so, he just, found little creases and whatnot, but, got his shoulder pads down and would find a way. So that was really about it. I don't think there's necessarily a secret to it or anything, at least as far as I know. But, watching we watched a lot of, QB sneaks and stuff that Jimmy did well and what he did. So he did a good job with it, and I learned a couple things, but he never really told me. But, yeah.
Jimmy always claimed there was a secret. He didn't want to tell anybody. So he never even told you.
No, I mean, nah. He just, yeah, nah. But it's all good, man. I love Jim.
Have you gotten better at, not obsessing over mistakes, or do you feel like you probably won't be sleeping over throws?
I feel like in the game, man, it's crucial to be able to move on and have a clean slate, clean state of mind. Obviously, yeah, learn and all right, if they give me that look again, I got to do this or that better. But to dwell on it and to obviously live in the past and beat yourself up on it, then I feel like that can hinder your game moving forward. So there's a fine line. I feel like when the game ends, it's like, yeah, be hard on yourself, learn from it, but right then and there in the moment, you gotta find a way to move on and play a clean game.
Brock, a lot of your teammates openly admitted, not disrespectfully, but they haven't heard a lot about a lot of these Rams guys, just kind of unrecognizable. At the same time, you guys seem to a man expect that type of game. Why is that?
Yeah, I mean, they're a good squad. I feel like those guys, they, a lot of them, you don't know them, but they're on that team for a reason, man. You're playing in the NFL, you're on an NFL roster, you're good. And I feel like for those guys, man, they're trying to make a name for themselves. They play hard for 4 quarters, and we knew that coming into the game that we're going to get their best shot. And so, credit to them. I thought they did a great job. They play hard and they play together. It's going to be a defense, moving forward that, we got to obviously scheme up really well and be ready to play 4 quarters of. So, respect to them.
All right, thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Friends right here. We'll continue.
I mean, you can say that, but we just come out here, execute at a high level, and it was a hard-fought battle. They came out here just like kind of what Fred said. They know us, we know them, and we knew it was going to be a grind this week.
Deebo, can you kind of recap just your touchdown run, I guess, what it was?
Kind of like a little quick bubble, and we knew I was going to be one-on-one with the corner, and he shot his guns, but luckily he shot at my foot. And was able to break the tackle and just get in the end zone. You can just see all the guys, how determined they was to get me in the end zone as well by all the blocking.
Deebo, for how often do you guys score? When are we going to see some kind of group celebration from you guys? Because I think you're lacking in that area.
Other than that, I mean, you don't win by celebrations. I mean, you win by touchdowns, but that's not a big deal on this team.
You and Kendrick were shoving in the fourth quarter after a play, and there was a fan in the stands who tried to separate you. So what do you think of that? Really?
I didn't even know it until I just seen it. A fan trying to separate it, but he just ran up and kind of headbutted me out of nowhere, and I was like, what's going on? But that was kind of cool to see a fan get into it and trying to protect the team as well.
You guys have scored 30 points in each game, but do you feel like there's a lot more out there for this offense?
Oh, 100%. We're gonna watch this hard. We know Kyle's gonna come down on us hard for us. We missed a lot of opportunities out there. I feel like we left 4 touchdowns out there. But that's what practice for. That's what we're gonna keep building week in and week out to get better in that area.
Deebo, you were critical of your performance last season on that touchdown. Did it feel like this is where the work is paid off?
Still got work to do. Like I just stated, we left a lot of yards out there. Say it again.
You personally, did you feel like that's where the work is?
I mean, it's not all about me. I'm a big team guy, so yeah.
What makes you guys so difficult to stop? It's 30 points, 2 games in a row. Last week was a lot of Brandon Ayuk. Today it was a lot of you. Obviously, Christian McCaffrey sprinkled in both games. What makes you guys so tough to offense?
I mean, just look at our offense and look at the guys that we have in the huddle. It's kind of crazy how we made that happen. Adding Christian was a big plus to us, and we just got a team full of playmakers.
Deebo, that drive right before halftime, where you guys went to score the touchdown. What about just the overall execution and the time management?
We do. That's something we do every day at the walkthroughs, as far as the 2-minute drill and the plays and the time management. And I think Brock do a real good job with that, and Kyle do a real good job of putting us in good positions.
Anything else for Deebo? All right, thanks. Thank you.
What was different in the second half? What were you guys doing to get Stafford off that rhythm he was in early?
We made some adjustments in the run game, which I think helped, and turnovers. Were they both in the second half? Yeah, so obviously that helps, and we kind of got into some of our pressures on the earlier downs, which is good against them when they protect with a lot of guys. So, but yeah, we just need to keep winning our one-on-one matchups when we get them.
Lenore got the interception when you were coming in on Stafford. Do you have any there?
I didn't. No, I thought it was Mooney. I saw the single-digit number.
How hard is it not to get frustrated? It's the first half when they're on the field as much as they are and they're getting the ball out as quick as they are.
Not frustrated. Just it's football. It's the NFL. Stafford's Hall of Fame quarterback, and whenever they have him, they have a chance.
I lost count of your snaps, but it was well over 35. How are you feeling now, and is that any concern going into a Thursday game?
not too concerned about it. I feel good. I think I needed a couple games to get my body into football shape for sure. You can't simulate it. And I think now that I'm through 2 and I've had some pretty good output for this one, I think I'm only going to be up from here.
Nick, besides Stafford and Donald, they don't have tons of recognizable names. But did you, familiarity between these teams, did you expect a gritty game?
Yeah, always with the Rams and division opponents, and they have a lot of the cornerstone pieces that they've had on their runs. So you never expect to walk through an opponent.
I don't know how you judge games, but knowing that you got the 3 quarterback hurries, no sacks, how do you kind of judge in your own mind how good of a game you had?
I watched the tape. I think I improved from last week for sure. I was a little more comfortable. I had some answers to some of the things they were throwing at me, and definitely some things I want to work on, which is tough, especially Thursday night. But I'm happy. We won.
Were the run adjustments along the defensive line, were those the adjustments you guys made?
Say it again.
The run adjustments you referred to, were those along the defensive line or as a?
Yeah, the front 7.
Can you talk about what they were?
We did. We called a couple pressures, some run pressures that worked for us.
All right, thanks, Nick.
Thank you.
Has changed much, some new names obviously, but has it changed much since the first time you faced them in your first start here?
It's hard to tell. For me to, obviously we watched tape on last year, but each year is new. They have a lot of new guys that play really hard. Schematically, they know us, we know them. So sometimes those are going to be, obviously tough games. So, but they play hard. It's good defense.
Christian, you guys put up 30. Kyle was saying there were some opportunities that you left out there. How do you assess just the way the offense operates?
It's tough. I always wait to watch the tape to make any broad assumptions. But I think energetically we took care of the ball, and I think that was important. Obviously there was probably some times and drives that could have done this, could have done that. That always happens, win or lose. So I say it every week, but it's just going to be about watching the tape, getting things corrected, and going out and capitalizing on your strengths as well.
Can you take us through that 51-yard? What did you see in it to be able to be successful?
I saw some great blocks. Deebo had a great block. Juwan had a great block, being going in motion and doing what he does. And after that, it was just instincts took over. But those guys, George had a great block too. Point of attack, Juice, all those guys all day, man. The O-line, they play so hard and fight for every single yard, and love those guys.
There's some back and forth after that with you and Keller Witherspoon. What was being said there?
What's up, man? Good to see you. Some casualties, just casual conversation.
Christian, piggybacking off that offensive line, it's 2 weeks in a row now. You've had some room to run today. Brock was only sacked one time. I think he was only hit a couple times. You guys are relatively inexperienced up front, but it seems like they're playing really well. What are you seeing from these guys, especially from the interior?
Well, I think, O-line is such a cool thing to learn the position. And when I see how those guys are being coached, obviously they're coached by one of the best to ever do it. And the way it fits the scheme is so important. And I just see a lot of guys who understand how to play together. They understand how to block certain fronts. They communicate really well, and then they play hard. And I think that's the most important thing, is just playing with great intent, trying to score on every play. And they understand that they're the focal point of the offense.
You guys have so much success running to the left. Everyone knows how good Trent Williams is. How good is Aaron Banks?
Unbelievable. I think, and he's only getting better too, which is exciting. I think having a guy like Trent Williams in that room, he's able to, give them so much wisdom and allow them to play fast. But, man, Banks is a special football player. All those guys are.
You talk about having take care of the ball. Brock's done a pretty good job with that all the way through. Do you get that sense, no matter what dirty game, that he is so well aware of that?
Yeah, I think, Brock is, I think everyone's a little less shocked now when he makes really good plays and makes great decisions, because that's just who he is. We see it every day, and that's part of winning football games. There was a lot of times where it felt like there might have been a little bit of a lull
especially in the middle of the game. But at the end of the day, you know, it's a 4-quarter game. It's a 4-quarter fight, and so he did a great job taking care of the ball and always does. So hopefully we can keep that up.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
You good?
You've had big runs in back-to-back games. How much is your familiarity of the offense, having that off-season, helping you to kind of see things?
I think it's huge. You know, you run with your eyes and your feet follow. So understanding where to put your eyes on every run and what the scheme is trying to accomplish is so important. So just having obviously more wisdom under my belt is very important.
How much have you improved under Bobby Turner? I mean, he's coached Hall of Famers. How much have you improved under him?
So much. You know, I didn't know what I didn't know when I first got here, and being in the room with him is such a special thing because he keeps you on your toes every single second of the meetings. He doesn't mess around. He brings out the best in you, but also he harps on so many of the fundamental things that it takes to be a running back that are so important. And each play is coached equally as hard when you're in the room with him, and it's just an honor, honestly.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Appreciate it, guys. Thanks.
Change from first half to second half?
I think overall just kind of trying to get more stickier in coverage, trying to pressure Stafford a little more. Trying to eliminate the run game. I feel like they, in the first half, that run game kept them ahead of the sticks a lot. They were taking what we were giving them, you know. We had to tighten things up in the back end and try to make it a little bit harder on Stafford.
Hey, Fred, tie game, 17, you guys get the big stop there at the interception. What do you see on that play?
Yeah, that was a huge moment, Isaiah, on that play. I can't remember exactly what they ran, but I think they kind of were trying to high-low concept, and just like the whole game, Stafford was taking what we were giving him. He wanted the low one, and Isaiah was right there for when the ball tipped up by the running back right into his hands. Made a huge play in a crucial moment.
Ensuing possession, you sacked Matthew Stafford. That's the first sack the Ramsville line has given up this season. Kind of walk us through that sack, what you see, and how do you navigate through it?
Yeah, it was one that we dialed up there. You know, we were trying to get the line to slide to me. That's why I kind of lined up to the right, and then I'm wrapping around, and I was wide open. The B gap opened up like the Red Sea, and I didn't know whether to jump or not. They always say don't jump, but it worked out.
Fred, I asked Brock a similar question, but that's a far different Rams team as far as star power than you saw 2 years ago. Why did you expect kind of that type? I think that game had the potential to kind of be like that.
I mean, it's a division opponent. We see them twice a year. It's always been a tough battle for us. Every single time we play those guys, you know, people want to talk about our record against them in the regular season. It's always like a hard-fought battle, just like that game was today. You know, they know us. We know them. They had a great game plan on offense for our defense. So some things that we got to shore up for sure.
But you mentioned a few times Stafford taking what was given to him. Were you surprised by that, a guy with his big arm that eventually he's going to get antsy and maybe try to take something down the field, or did that catch you off guard that he was consistently just taking that in the first half?
No, I thought it was smart, honestly. You know, I think we were trying to relay to the back end that we needed to tighten things up, but you know, kudos to them and for the game plan and the way that they executed. My guy Puka Nacua, he had a heck of a game. Every time I turned and looked, he was catching the ball and falling forward, you know, with two guys hanging on him. So they did a good job.
Isaiah Oliver said it took him a little while to adjust to the 49ers defensive style. Did you see that, you know, during the offseason, and, you know, do you think that he's there now? He's caught up to it?
Yeah, Isaiah, I mean, he had a huge game today. I think this was great for him and his confidence in the scheme. And, you know, Isaiah, he's a great player. We signed him for a reason. You know, obviously, I guess you could talk about an adjustment, but he's gotten better and better as his time has gone here. So I'm really happy for him and the performance that he had.
All right, thanks, Fred.
Thanks, guys.
You're good.